I essentially don't think that's going to be in the highest level of candidacy. And my train is here. Hi guys, Mud here. No makeup because I had a facial and I'm trying to just leave things free and clear. This is a Mud thing. I purchased this, I don't know how you call them, but discovery set. I purchased this discovery set at Nordstrom, and it's the Mind Game discovery set. It has 10 samples in there, quite sizable sample, and I am doing the unboxing. I'm going to try one every day in order for me to see which one is the winner for me to purchase. When I go to the store, I try them. It's a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot of them. I cannot make decision on the spot. So this discovery set is actually a very good idea. I got it for still pricey after tax, $83.44. So the discovery set is $75. And by the way, they also gave me a sample of this collection of Charlotte Tilbury, and I thought that one is kind of the nicest. It's the one that says more XEX. It's intended to be mood fragrance, so they have other things conveying different emotions. But I thought this one was the nicest, and I can talk a little bit more about that line in another video. In any case, we are into Mind Game, and that's going to be 10 days of Mind Games. So this is day 1, and I'm going to go by the order of which they are presented. I think I need some form of scissor to cut this. But anyway, guys, I'm sure you're wondering, how is Maud doing? I think I would need a series of 200 videos to tell you how Maud is doing. Lot with Maud. What can I say? I'm still trying to decide what my parameters, what type of parameters I want to set as far as what my content involved. I've always been in YouTube not just to see the products, but to kind of get to know the people representing the product. So it's hard to decipher whether people just want a pure product review or even care about what the product reviewer, who the product reviewer is and what's going on, as a way of a community building to share experiences. That's kind of the balance, I suppose, that people are called to figure out and establish. And it has to do with trust. When you really trust a lot of the followers and you care about them, it's a two-way street. So this is how this is presented. But I think probably the main thing is authenticity. Just be who you are and be truthful. And even if you review products, that's where the credibility perhaps come from just being truthful and being who you are, not trying to become all of a sudden a commercial expert. Even in the discovery set, it's presented in different colors. Like there is a series of black and there is a series of white. From the white, you have Castling, you have Blockhead, you have Azulid Diamond, you have Kaisa, and you have Checkmate. And then from the black, starting from the beginning, you have Grandmaster, Garde, Scholar's Mate, Double Attack, Jadoub, and Jadoub. I know some people really love the Jadoub. I have tried it in the store, and to me it's pretty powerful. Very masculine, very powerful, very alpha male. Or alpha female. I don't know if there is that word also for females, but this is what we have here. I'm going to start with the white. So I'm starting from the back, from the end to the top. So I'm starting from castling and then I'll move to Grandmaster. So today is the first day and I am trying castling out of the Discovery set in the white series. And it's going to be all about my impression and ultimately which one I pick. So I almost don't really care to know the ingredients because I don't want to be influenced by the notes. I know I tend to just stay away from certain notes, but it could be that that particular note, let's say vanilla, which I tend to stay away from, it could be that it works really well in this particular fragrance. So I'm going to try to stay perhaps away from it before I use it so that I see if I can figure out the notes on my own, how they work for me, and so forth. So we having Gaudet, and I'll try to put a picture of what the bottle looks like. So each of the bottles look the same except that they have different head, as if you're playing a chess game. At first, when you put the castling on, it's definitely it has a lot of alcohol. It seems like you need to let it go a little bit. It has a tad bit of freshness, herbaceousness to it, and alcohol. So let me see how it settles. There is some earthiness to it, and greenness and herbaceousness to castling. As if you are walking toward a castle, seriously, in Ireland, up in the mountain, and there is the breeze a little bit, so there is a lot of earthiness to it, and greenness, and some airy feel to it. That's what I get in castling. It just doesn't feel like I could put a lot more on this. I'm going to keep it today, and that's going to be day one. I'm going to make these 10 videos because I'm not going to try to do everything mindlessly because it's a real decision for me. I am in a period where both my kids are in college, lots of spending, lots of changes, and I still enjoy fragrances, and my whole purpose is to, just like people, to really just deal with the best, the things that have no contentious feeling or emotion for me when it comes to my relationship with the fragrance. So I've been looking into this whole mind game thing for a very long time, and let's see what I decide on what the winner is going to be after full day experiences. No dreamy wishing that the fragrance is supposed to be a certain way. My true relationship with the fragrance. This is the only condition upon which I purchase things. And that's how I used to be before. And then I got into perfume review and product review, and I go all crazy because you have to produce fast. I'm not into fast anymore. So you guys are going to bear with me. And yeah. Very pleasant. I would love it on a man, but definitely beautiful on a woman. I think it's a beautiful fragrance to wear at a time like this. So this is me. You can see it's a beautiful kind of late summer day. This is what I'm looking at. Take you a little bit around. Late summer day. Sort of off my room right now. So I'll show you a little bit. So far, definitely, this is an outdoorsy fragrance. It has a slight it has some sophistication to it because it brings some slight powderiness, but the main theme of this fragrance is green. It's an herbaceous fragrance, and it's some floral, definitely some floral. Now it's kind of morphing into something that I'm not going to feel embarrassed if people smell it on me. Let's put it this way. So this is our situation of the balcony of my room. Didn't show you my flowers this summer. My flowers didn't do the greatest this year, and also my tree didn't do the greatest this year. It was the cicada year, and I don't know what happened. Both my pear trees never became stellar this year somehow. It is what it is. Nature is going to give you what it wants to give you. If you enjoy my castling, unconventional experience of my discovery set. So guys, I am in the train station waiting for my train. I've had a chance to experience the fragrance driving to the train station and being in the car and then walking a little bit outside.
In approximately 3 minutes.
So I have 3 minutes before my train comes. It became complex. I got all the complexities that this fragrance probably has to offer. Doesn't seem like it lasted enough, so obviously during the day I'm going to put more. Right now it's fading. I'm going to put a little bit more on my clothes and so forth. It's all a matter of taste, of course, as always. So far I don't feel that I would get the full bottle. It's pleasant, it's nice. Essentially don't think that's going to be in the highest level of candidacy. And my train is here. All right guys, I finished my train ride. I am walking downtown, beautiful Chicago. Isn't that amazing? Crossing the bridge. This bridge can actually get elevated if there is a boat that's really tall that's passing under it. It's always a sight when you see those bridges opening up. When they open those bridges, you see them? I just replied a little bit because I know I was going to get this beautiful breeze, and it was going to be fun. Sort of trying to get an impression of it. It blends really well with the city. So it is an urban kind of airy. I think it's because of the airiness of it. So again, that's what I got. I got a mixture of citrus. I got a mixture of citrus, of still powdery, I find. So it probably has some iris in it. I'm going to obviously search for the notes when it's all said and done. And this ever feel of citrus, green, and powdery mix. I wish it had a little bit more of the spiciness, but not as much on my skin. It is because of a lack of what I find is woodsy. It's not woodsy, so it lends well for a weather like this. I think it's a work fragrance because it's assisting you, it's not overpowering you. So that's a very good aspect of it. And the powder add a little bit of elegance to it, I suppose. I think for the price point, I don't feel that there is enough originality to it. I don't think if I were to ask someone how much you think my fragrance is worth, they would say that it's around 400 something right now. So I think if there were a small size of it and someone had no other fragrance for work, there is a little bit of professionalism with it, because it's not just freshness, that's just freshness for its own sake. There is a little bit element of cloudiness and airiness at the same time, and warmth to it. Yeah, I think it's actually an elegant fresh, which you don't find all the time, and a warm fresh, which you don't find all the time. So show you a little bit of what I'm seeing. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Wow, these are flags, and they changed them. That's just amazing. Casting a beautiful fragrance to wear in a setting like this. Very professional, very composed, very demure. But it's definitely not overpowering even when I reapply it. I'll see what happens when I'm enclosed in my office, if it's just with me and how I feel about it. But right now there isn't anything that really turns me off. In a very, very dramatic way. And like I had said to you guys, I am not in the business of purchasing anything that I'm not fully satisfied with. But it's kind of a catch-22. When you have like 300 fragrances, how do you get 100% satisfied with anyone? I think it can happen. So I'm going to see for sure which one of the mind games really blows my mind and I settle with. And it's not necessarily going to be because of longevity, because you can always reapply fragrances. I like to reapply fragrances. Yeah, my criteria is not always on longevity, unless if it's so terrible, the longevity is like a few minutes and I really cannot smell it at all, then I know I'm either agnostic to it or that it's totally a rip-off. What I search for in a fragrance is an emotional connection, where whenever the fragrance comes and accompanies me and that I feel it, I smell it, it conveys something very nice and beautiful for me. It takes me to a nice, pretty place. Isn't that pretty? There goes our famous train, the elevated train. Isn't that cute? I think that on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this a solid 8. I think bringing freshness and citrusousness with a bit of earthiness and powderiness make this fragrance a beautiful fragrance. That's Castling, and I think an 8 is a good score for it right now. There's so many Instagram shoot, wedding shoot that get done right here. Thanks for visiting, guys. Until next time, that was a mod thing. And we'll try to bring you those perfume reviews. Maybe one time I will show you my collection. But my hope is that I try to show or teach something. I think I have a new mantra now. It's sharing experiences, not showing off. Hope you enjoyed the walk and the fragrance information as much as I did this morning. You made my day, guys. Thank you for watching, for giving me this time. I really appreciate it. Again, this is a mod thing and I'm back on YouTube because actually YouTube threatened to kick me out if I wasn't producing more. And I was going through a period in life where I needed the break. They recognize that, but they asked me, hey, are you going to produce or not? If you're not, then you're out of the game. And I still want to be in the game, guys. So, but I'm bringing a new game. New game as always. All right, guys. Bye for good this time.